What's going on, everybody? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. So I had a few ones close to me hit me up on X, formerly known as Twitter, and they were basically asking me in regards to what LeBron James had mentioned or said about the Clippers in regards to being Ty Lue's Clippers instead of James Harden Clippers, as the reporter asked them after the game. And, the more or less the situation was he probably was throwing shade at them because he's trying to be funny. And, LeBron is always trying to be sarcastic on the low, and everybody tries to undermine it because of who he is. And, listen to some of the people I know and, some people that, replied on there that I don't know. It can go either way, honestly. If you ask my honest opinion, it can go either way. I'm not saying I'm not going to sit here and say LeBron threw shade at James Harden. First of all, if you ask me, my personal opinion, it's Kawhi Leonard's Clippers. It's not, Ty Lue's Clippers. It's not James Harden Clippers. It's Kawhi. You see what I'm saying? Because Kawhi is the guy. Now, I do understand where LeBron James is coming from in regards to saying it's Ty Lue's Clippers, how he got them playing. And as he said, after 5-10 games, the Clippers, they figured shit out. They got better, and they've been cooking ever since, like he said. And, LeBron's right about that. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Only thing I say is, in my opinion, is Kawhi Leonard's Clippers, because he's the one that makes them go. He's the engine. Ty Lue can say anything he want to say. He can coach however he want. He can come with any scheme that he want. But Ty Lue can't go on the floor and perform none of these acts anymore because he's a former player. He doesn't play the game anymore. And as I said before, Ty Lue is a good coach, not a great one, because when it comes to getting a team right, yeah, he can say the right things and things like that and push the right buttons. But when it comes to making adjustments, he just doesn't have that. I mean, and LeBron James should remember back in Cleveland days, as I've stated many times before, that him and Kyrie had to score 40 plus points from game 3 all the way to game 7 against the Golden State Warriors to beat them. And I don't even know they would have beat them if Draymond didn't get suspended or was out one of those games or something like that in the finals. But they did it, and they overcame. And, the greatness of that, finals for them is, one of the best finals we've ever seen. Not even going to lie. So my point is, making adjustments and things like that, he's just not that great of a coach in that area. Now, of course, I understand that LeBron's going to say that, because what did LeBron say? If you go back and listen to that interview, LeBron says, "Oh, I know Ty Lue very well." Yeah, he knows him very well. He's been knowing him since Cleveland days. And, he pretty much, deals with him outside of basketball as well, even to this day. So, I mean, there's a lot of coincidences and odd things there. Maybe, because there was a lot of people talking and saying that Ty Lue wanted to coach the Lakers or the Phoenix Suns last year before he came back to the Clippers this one last season, as supposedly everybody was trying to say. And, him and LeBron's always been close, still are. And, coaching LeBron James again, LeBron would definitely be all for it. I'm pretty sure Ty Lue would too, since he won a championship with him also. And then that leads to the point of, people also on X telling me a few days ago about, he sabotaged the game and did this and that and subbed Kawhi out, to kind of give the Lakers the upper hand because, he wanted the Lakers to win, and rather them win and then just let the Clippers suffer and lose by taking Kawhi out, and then lie and sit there and come up with some bullshit excuse about minutes restriction when you put them back in the game 17 seconds to go within the game. So it's like it was all some, very odd type stuff. And I spoke on it. You could check out my previous video. I definitely spoke on that because I definitely thought it was odd. And I definitely think that there is, love between, LeBron and T. Lue still. And I think that he wanted to maybe, give LeBron a gift. What I'm saying? Just, gift his team with a W. What I'm saying? If that's the notion, then maybe that's what he wanted to do. I think, well, hell, whether I think it or don't think it is what I should say. He gave him a gift. What I'm saying? Taking Kawhi Leonard out the last 2-3 minutes of a game, you're giving LeBron James and the Lakers a gift. You really are, because I don't care if Kawhi is struggling or not. I've said it before. Kawhi is one of those type players where he can struggle all game long. He can still catch fire at any point because he's a top 5 player when healthy. When a top player in the NBA, when your best player on your team is struggling, that doesn't mean they're not going to, that doesn't mean they can't catch fire at any point in time within the game. So you need to leave them in there to give yourself a chance to win, especially with that game being so close, down at the end. I think it was 97-98. I mean, there's no reason why Kawhi shouldn't be in there. None at all. And then on top of that, as I said before, we all know how great Kawhi is on the defensive end. How do we know Kawhi wouldn't have got a couple of more steals and changed the momentum of that game and gave the Clippers the upper hand for them to go out there and get the victory? How do we know that? You see what I'm saying? Kawhi is a game changer like that. He's not. He's not one of these guys that just stand there and don't. It's like he doesn't have a plan when he plays. Kawhi knows exactly what he's doing. He knows when to strike. He knows when to attack, and he knows when to actually, make his mark on the defensive end, which is what's made him who he is today as the player he is today, along with his offense. So, I mean, I don't want to hear that from Ty Lue. I think it was a bunch of crap. Ty Lue laughing after the post game and all this stuff. It just really looked bad on Ty Lue's behalf. But oh well, it doesn't matter. Kawhi said it is what it is. Move on to the next. Kawhi definitely wasn't happy about it. You could tell by his post game after that he wasn't happy. But it was just, that's just how the dice fell. So, I mean, there's nothing he could do about it. The only thing they could do was just move on to the next opponent, in which they did, the Phoenix Suns, and they routed them, I think, 138-111. Kawhi actually had 5 steals in that game. I mean, there you go right there. You know what I'm saying? He can just change a game at any point in time and make things difficult for the other team. And that's just what he does. So, I mean, but LeBron's going to talk. LeBron's going to say things. LeBron is going to always say things to get the media to think and get people on X to comment and, keep everybody on their toes. That's what LeBron does. Whether he meant something by that or not, we're never really going to know that, officially, because we're not in his brain and we're not there to ask him specifically ourselves. And on top of that, even if we did ask him, he might give a slide type answer regardless. You know what I'm saying? So either way, it's just one of those situations where you got to kind of like let it go and let it be. The Clippers have another opportunity to play the Lakers another time in this season, maybe 1 or 2 more times in this season, and maybe they can rectify things then. But as of now, the Clippers are still, a great team. They're still one of the top teams in the West, top 4 team in the West. And, the Lakers, as I said, they needed that victory more than the Clippers. I can tell you that now, because the Lakers were going downhill, and they had another controversial game against the Toronto Raptors here about a couple days ago. So, I mean, that's, issue there too. But I mean, that's, another story for another day. But whether he meant something or not, it doesn't matter. The Clippers are playing good. They're cooking, as he said, and they're looking to try to win a championship, and that's the only thing they should be worried about. Everything else is just a waste.